A recent case out of the federal court in Pennsylvania recently came down in favor of a claimant against Liberty Mutual Disability Insurance Company, and it wasn't handled by our law firm, but we've handled hundreds of cases against Liberty Mutual, and this case will be really helpful for future claimants that have cases against Liberty Mutual. So Rachel, share with us the facts of this case and what the benefits are for potential claimants that are on disability.
This case against Liberty Mutual involved a gentleman who was disabled, who was a plant controller. He couldn't do his job due to, I think it was fibromyalgia, or he had some sort of issues. And Liberty Mutual denied his claim, stating that he was able to work because they classified his job as sedentary and classified him as being a controller instead of a plant controller. So they denied the benefits and ended up in court.
Okay, so why did Liberty Mutual ignore his occupation as a plant controller and then say you're a controller? Why didn't they have to consider the specific duties of his occupation in the national economy compared to what just like the term controller would be?
Well, the court found that Liberty did have to consider his specific duties, his specific job duties in the national economy. And the reason they didn't was because it benefited them to classify him as a controller, which was a sedentary job, instead of a plant controller, which was a light duty job, and that's what his actual duties were. So the judge found that Liberty was wrong and they were arbitrary and capricious in doing a vocational review and using the wrong definition under the Dictionary of Occupational Titles. So this is something that Liberty often does, and the judge was not happy with them and reversed the decision and sent it back to Liberty to do another review using the proper definition and the proper definition of his job.
Right.
title.
So this case was technical in terms of the defense and the battle, but it's a common manipulative technique that we see by the disability insurance companies, where they try to say, look, you could have had the title of controller and you could have been lifting 100 pounds a day, but we don't really care because we're going to look at how that job is done in the national economy, where most people would sit at a desk as a controller. However, in this particular case, Liberty Mutual ignored the fact that he was a plant controller and didn't look at a plant controller national economy. So, so they really just screwed up, you know, in this one, and luckily the judge was able to see right through that and remand the case back to Liberty. Now the sad thing about the remand is that Liberty's going to get another opportunity to review this claim. Doesn't mean they automatically have to pay the claimant. And now we'll see if they find that this claimant's disabled from a light duty versus a sedentary duty. So the battle still continues for this claimant, unfortunately, but at least we know that Liberty has to honor the type of occupation, and there's nuances within each title of a job description. So,
which is why it's important for these claimants to hire an attorney, because without an attorney, the claimant probably wouldn't have realized that they used the wrong definition.
Right, and there's no way to know from the facts of the case if they even had an attorney to help them with the appeal. But I know when we do our appeals, we often work with vocational consultants so that there would not have probably been this discrepancy, and this claimant might have been able to win their appeal because we would have clearly shown that. I know I've spent numerous pages working on occupational description, even as much as I show on the medical, because it's so important to get the understanding of what the occupation is.
Right.
So if you have a claim with Liberty Mutual or any other disability carrier that's been denied, or you need to file an appeal, or you're considering even filing for benefits, feel free to call any of our attorneys. We'll always offer you a free consultation, and we welcome the opportunity to help you.